Welcome to the first of several Workout Wednesdays. This will be a Pilates class that will feature focusing on strengthening and lengthening the legs through sideline work from Pilates. So if you're a beginner, this is a great place to start. Or if you're just getting back into the groove, I have a group that practice with me live in person, and some of them are just kind of coming back after a summer holiday. So it'd be good to kind of take it a little bit easy, but still work our bodies. So let's come down first onto our backs for just a small portion of the class before the sideline. So find your spine with your knees bent, feet planted. Arms can press down into the earth. The press of the arms and feet is really, really important in Pilates. Inhale here. And then exhale, begin to peel just the low sacrum off the earth. So low spine. And then bring it right back down. So getting into the hips already and mobility of low back. Roll up part way. And the exhale and inhale to lower. Exhale to curl. Inhale to lower. Just a few inches off the earth to start. And each time we come down, neutral spine at the bottom before you imprint and curl once more. Finding our legs. 2 more. And last, pelvic curl or partial pelvic curl. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, larger range of motion here. Come up so that you're just on the bottom ribs and then lower back down. Roll through the spine. Roll up. Inhale at the top and exhale to roll right back down. So this is great for stability, great for the back of the legs, and for finding that articulation of the spine, so crucial in Pilates. Let's do one more and stay at the top. And then lower the pelvis as a unit. So no longer articulating, but lower to hover, and then press the hips up. Lower to hover and press hips up. So another foundational movement of Pilates. You've got this pelvic lift. Great for rehab, great for everyone. And if you add weights to this in the future, that's also fantastic. My group wants to work on strength and bone health. So adding weight once ready is recommended. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one, hover, lift, inhale. Let's articulate down. So ribs first, that upper back, or sorry, mid back rather, low back, all the way down to the earth. And let's roll onto our side. Doesn't matter which one, just turn toward me. And line yourself up with the very back edge of your mat. So spine in line with the mat. And then pike the legs so that they're toward or angled toward the front corner of your mat. You can decide what you'd like to do with your head here. Perhaps you'd like to cradle it with the arm. Perhaps you'd like to prop it up. Either way, nice, long, strong position here with this little slight lift of the underside, very, very slight, a sense of lift or an actual lift of the waist. And really lengthen out through the legs here, especially that top leg. Hips are stacked here. If you need the support, this top hand can come in front of the body. It could also stay on the hip. And from here, with a flexed or pointed foot, lift the top leg part way and lower. So just a leg lift, side leg lift. As you press bottom foot down, the side of the foot is pressing actively into the earth. Focus on long, strong leg. Move nice and slow here today. Eventually, to again add that strength component for those that I know are working on that more intently, that bone strength, you need to be a little to provide resistance. This leg lift could be done with a band. Let's do 3 more. Still sense of lift through under side of the waist. 2. And last one. Nice. Let's switch the work to the bottom inner thigh for a bit of a break. So plant that top foot behind you. Knee can face the sky. Flex bottom ankle to begin. And again, find your support through that top hand. And then lift bottom leg and lower. Lift and lower. Continue here. And the sense of lift comes from the inner ankle. Focus on long leg. The exhale perhaps on the way up, the inhale on the way down, or long deep breathing. We never want to forget to breathe. So our body's strong. 3 more. 2. Last 1. And pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale to lower. We'll keep going back and forth here today so we don't get as much of a burn since we're just getting back into Pilates. Now bend those knees. You can bring the feet in alignment with your bottom here. Clamshells. Open top knee with feet together and close. Open and close. Another great exercise to do with a band. Quite simple but effective. You can even check out to see if that top hip is opening back or if the hips are still stacked nice and level. If it's nice and level back here, you're in a good spot. Around halfway there. 4 more. 3, 2, and final time. And let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale to lower back down. Switch again to the inner bottom thigh. Lengthen that bottom leg out. Again, plant top foot. This time, let's point the bottom foot, lift it off the earth and make tiny little circles, one direction. Long, deep breathing as you smooth out these circles. Work on control from the hip. Reverse. And try to keep the top leg still. And then lower back down. Very nice job. Let's bend those knees. Come on to the bottom forearm here. Something else very foundational in Pilates is kind of this sideline position here. And often we just kind of hang out. So here we're at the beach. Here we're in a Pilates class. Press out of that bottom forearm. Relax, see what that feels like. Press. And the elbow for most of us is underneath the shoulder. And just play here. Doing some work through the underside of the waist. Just do 2 more. Last one, stay lifted, and you could remain right here. This is a great place to be. Or lift the hips up and extend top arm. And then lower right back down without sinking. Keep hollowing out under the armpit. Lift and lower. Just a few. Carve out that breath once more. 2 more. The last one, perhaps take top arm above ear. Bring it to your side. Lower that bottom hip. Draw the shins in. Sit up nice and tall. What was the bottom arm can extend. And perhaps on the inhale, you side bend over and then return to center. Side bend over. Return to center. So now getting a little bit of a release through that what was underside of the body. A final time. And then return to center. Switch the legs to the opposite side and lower down, ensuring that you line up your body with the back edge of your mat. It's a nice guide, especially when we're first starting out or beginning again with our practice. So decide how you'd like the head. Would you like it lowered? Would you like a pillow, or cradle it with the hand? Pike the legs. We don't always pike the legs in Pilates. It's one of my favorite positions, however. Creates a little more stability in the body. Use this top hand if you need. Some people like to put it on to the hip. The one thing that happens when it's on the earth, sometimes we tend to roll forward. So we still want to press out of that shoulder, trying to keep our spine nice and neutral. Okay? And again, the sense of lift or lightness through the underside of the waist as we lengthen out that top leg, kind of like reach it away from the body. You can check out that stack of the hips as we flex or point the top foot and lift and lower. And you'll notice it can become challenging when we lift the leg to keep that sense of lightness underneath the underside of the waist. You may even find as you keep that lightness, perhaps the leg doesn't lift as high. That's okay. Form an alignment over range of motion at this point. Go with what works best for your body and feels comfortable. Let's do about 5 more. 4, 3, 2, you've got this. Keep the upper body soft. Last one, lift and lower back down. Plant that what was top foot behind and flex that ankle to start. See if you can ensure you're not rolled too far back or too far forward as you lift bottom leg and lower. Lift and lower from the inseam of the ankle. The leg will want to bend. You can always take a little break and come back. Four more here. 4. Nice and slow today. 3, 2. And last one, pause, to lower back down. Let's move again to those clamshells. So 45-degree angle with the legs. Everything nice and stacked. Feet pressed together, or heels do, as you open top knee and close. Open as far as you can without losing placement of the hip and close. So I like to exhale to open, inhale to close, but explore your breath, see what works. Still using your core, even though we're working with the legs. Our center must be stable and strong. Halfway there. Let's do 4, 3, 2. And last one, see if you can come up a little bit higher and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower right back down. Again, inseam of lower leg is what we're focused on. So find your position here. Point the toes this time, lift the leg, and small, smooth circles. We love circles in Pilates. Small, smooth circles. And reverse. Notice if one side's very different than the other. Continue to try to make that smooth circle. One more. And exhale to lower back down. Draw those knees in, bend them, and come onto that bottom forearm once more. And allow yourself to become soft. And then activate through the bottom arm. Press forearm into earth. Hollow out under the armpit each time you lift. And relax. And lift. And relax. A few more like this. 2. And 1. You could stay with this or hold the lifted position. Or lift hips up, arm can reach. And just lower the hips to hover and press them back up to the sky. Hover and lift. Not many of these today. Let's do 2 more. The last one, partial lower, press and lift. And then the hips can come back to the earth as you take that top hand around the shin, sit up nice and tall, reach up to the sky. Perhaps inhale over and exhale to come tall. Inhale, arc, and find your length. Three more. 2. Last one, reach up and over, and then come onto your belly. No Pilates class will be finished without some extension, some back extension. So important, especially in our busy, seated, rounded forward world. So come down onto your front body. Press the fronts of the legs into the earth. You may even find your kneecaps lift off as you engage through the legs. Use the inhale to extend through upper back. Nose will arc away. And then return back down to hover. Inhale to arc. And exhale to lower. How long can you be through your legs? How much can you hug muscle to bone as the upper body moves from the stable base of support? If you'd like to hover the hands, you could hover them by the shoulders. If it becomes too much in the low back, pause and go to a smaller range of motion when it serves you to return to the exercise, perhaps even at a later date. 2 more. Last one, lift and lower right back down. Press yourself into a child's pose. Find some openness in the hips. This isn't serving you or suitable for your knees. Roll onto your back and draw the knees into the sides of your ribs for kind of like a happy baby.